Hi guys. Sherry posted a drop down card in the group, and the more I looked at it, it gave me an idea. So I'm gonna make the drop down card that Sherry made, except mine is gonna be a pop-up, and it's going to be 6 by 6. So what you're going to need is one 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock. And then you're going to need 4 mats that are 5 3/4 by 2 3/4, and 4 layers that are 5 1/2 by 2 1/2. These are for my front, and these are for my inside. And yes, I'm still using up my Graphic 45 Alice in Wonderland Curiouser and Curiouser. And then you're gonna need a mat that is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, and a layer that is 5 1/2 by 5 1/2. And that's gonna go on the inside of your card. And then I did a mat and 2 layers. You could just do a mat and layer if you wanted, but it will be 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, 5 1/2 by 5 1/2, and then 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. So the gold is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. The red is 5 1/2 by 5 1/2, and the white is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then you'll need something for a belly band. So this is part of my belly band. I just did a die cut. These were a couple little stickers that went with the pack, and I just die cut a circle and stuck on the back of this and stamped on it. And then for my belly band, it's actually black, but I used gold washi tape for like a mat. So my belly band is 11 by 1 1/2, and then my layer is 1 1/4 by 10 3/4. So I'm going to turn you down and I'm going to show you how to score and cut your 12 by 12. There, maybe. So you got your 12 by 12. So you're going to score at 3, and at 9. Just like that. And then you're going to turn it and you're going to score at 6. Then on your 6-inch score line, you can use scissors, you can use your cutting board, you can use a ruler and a craft knife. You're just going to cut to your 3-inch score line, and you're just gonna go just a hair past it. Okay, then you're gonna turn it and you're gonna put it on your 3-inch score line, and you're just going to cut up to where you just cut across. Come on, get up here. And you'll know when you get to the right spot, because if you pull on it a little bit, it'll give way. Then you're going to do the exact same thing. You're gonna cut up your 3-inch line to your 6-inch, and turn it and cut it till it gives way, just like that, and save that. So this is what you have. This is what your card base is going to look like. And the reason I said cut in a little bit is so it doesn't interfere with your fold lines here. So you just fold this up. Varnish that down. Fold in. On that score line. And fold in. And I have to trim just a smidge more. There, that's all. All I had to take off was just a smidge. And now this one will fold flush. And just give that a score. So, you open it up and that drops down, and that's the way it will display. Or, if you wanted it, you could actually turn it around and it could flip up. So there's your card base. And you'll see why I saved these for my card. I used up the whole piece. So I have my card base, and I want mine to flop down. So I'm just going to take these, and that's got to go up. I don't. There, maybe that's better. And put this out of my way for now. And I'm just going to put some glue on this. bring my card in. And I'm just going to, I just want you to come down a little bit. There. And you're just going to center that on that flap. Like that. Find my other one. And put some glue on this one. And thank you, Sherry, for posting that card and giving me an idea, because I need a bunch of birthday cards next year. Most of my granddaughters and great-granddaughters were born in May. So I need lots of birthday cards. And Emma, she's 8, and she will really, really love this. Okay. So now we got the front done. And then we'll do the inside like that. Yes, with 12 grandchildren and 2 great-granddaughters. Their birthdays end up in January and May. Are my 2 big months. So, just gonna center that. That looks good. I'll put that down. And might as well do this. Go right down in order. going to center that, and I'm going to use this as my guide so it's straight. And now we'll do this one. And just center that one on. Make sure that's all stuck. And now I'll put this piece on, and you could that'll come right off. You could decorate this piece if you wanted, but it's gonna be the bottom. So, I mean, that would be just a personal preference. Why hide your pretty papers on the bottom? Or, you know, you could layer it with maybe a white piece, or even matte and layer it if you wanted, and that would just give you more room to write, you know, to or from, a little special note, if you wanted. Okay, and I'm just going to use this one for my guide. And that looks good. Rub it all down. Okay, so and I've got to squirt some glue right there. Because that just don't want to stick right there. Here. So, there's our card. Okay, so we'll put this aside and bring this back over. And this is what I did with my 2 scraps. I cut one of my scraps 3 inches by 6, and I scored at 1/2 inch, 1 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 5, and 5 1/2. Or, excuse me, I scored it 1 1/2, 3, and 4 1/2. And I just folded on those score lines to make my pop-up. That'll go on the back of my card and the bottom of my card, which I use double-sided tape when I do my pop-ups. Then the next one I did was 2 inches by 4, and I scored it 1, 2, and 3. And you just fold on them lines, and I've already double taped my ends, so that's my second pop-up. Then I did a pop-up that was 2 by 2, and I scored it 1/2, 1, and 1 1/2, and I just folded on all them, put my double-sided tape on each end, and I got 3 that are 1 by 2, and I scored it 1/2, 1, and 1 1/2 for all 3 of them. Folded on all my score lines and put double-sided tape on them, and had absolutely no waste out of that 12 by 12 sheet of paper. So now I'm going to bring my card back in. And to do what you do on your pop-ups, you can use die cuts, you can use stickers, you can use all sorts of things for your pop-ups. If you use stickers, I would suggest not peeling them and using them, or you're gonna stick your card together, or sticking them on a piece of cardstock to sturdy them up and then cut them out and use them that way. So I'm just going to center this on my card going to place it just below my fold line so it does not interfere. And give that a good varnish. Then I'm gonna peel this piece off. And I'm just gonna fold it in half and fold my card over. Give it a good rub. Open my card up. And give that a good varnish right in there to make sure that it is stuck good. And gonna do the same to the bottom. Okay. Now I'm gonna take my next one. Peel the backing off, and I'm just gonna center that and butt that right up against that one. I'm just gonna fold this one in half. Peel off my backing. And then again, I'm just gonna shut my card. Give it a good rub. Open it up. Stick my finger in there to give it some sturdiness so I can varnish. Okay. And that's my next one. So we're just going to repeat the process here. Just going to but that one right up against that one, give it a good varnish. Peel off my tape. Make sure it's lining up. And just folded it in half again. And just going to shut my card. Give it a good rub. Open it up. Stick my finger in there so I can give that a varnish. Now, just repeat that process. Set my card up. Center. Center that. Peel off the backing. Fold it in half. Shut my card. Give it a good press. Open it back up. And just give it a good varnish. Then take this one, peel off the backing. I'm going to butt that right up at the back of my card and beside this one. Give it a varnish. Peel off the backing. Come on. There we go. Fold that in half. Shut my card. Give it a good rub. Open and burnish. And do the same with this one. And I'm going to peel all of it this time. It'll be easier. And that's a nice thing with pop-ups. You can build them out and off each other. As long as you don't go over your card. Whoa. Don't roll off the desk. And then I'm just going to do the exact same thing. Unbutton it up to the back of my card. And to the side of that pop-up. Folding it in half. And shutting my card. And then just give that a burnish. So there, that's what we have. Okay. Now, I just want to, so I'm able to see. Now, I have this, but I do not know if I want to put it there yet. And then I have these ephemera pieces, and I have some that I fussy cut. And he's not gonna, but I do want to cut that off. I'm just gonna cut them couple of leaves off. So he sits more flat. And I'm just going to glue him on, the Mad Hatter. And ephemera packs, if you can get them with your paper packs, they make your life so much easier. You don't have to fussy cut as much, and you can use them for toppers, all sorts of things. So that looks to be about center. And I'm just gonna burnish that down. Okay, now we have Alice and the Queen. I know the Queen won't overhang, but will Alice. Yes, Alice will overhang. So, those won't. So we will put Tweedledee and Tweedledum next. Oh, and I forgot. I didn't want to put glue on all of them, so I'm just gonna rub the glue off, and I'm just gonna stick them on right there. Yeah, and let's see here. Let's see. And okay, just remember, do not glue the whole thing. So I'll just put that there, and put that there, just to give them a little bit of dimension. Now, Alice. How much? That's gonna be, that'll be an easy fix, because I can cut her legs off. Now, she, okay, but I could put her down. I can glue her feet on, just like that. And then glue her back on her feet. And you won't ever even know. Just like that. And we can put the queen over here. Just like that. Okay. Then I wanted to do the rabbit. Let me set this up so I can see here. Do the rabbit and the cards. Okie doke. So on this one we'll do okay, and let's do that there. Just like that. And to rabbit. Right there. Do that one there. Just gotta hold it there for a minute. Okay. And I'll put that on there. And then bring some that there. And glue Humpty Dumpty right there. Okay. And I'm just looking here. I can. Does that? Yepper. Come on. Get out of there. I'm gonna take 3D strip. Peel that off. Come here. And I am going to 3D that butterfly. Can't pick these little boogers up. Cut another piece. On there. What we got there? Peel that off. And pop that heart out. And pop this one out. And let's see here. We'll put some glue there cover that up. Put a little flower right there on the end of rabbit, and gotta have the key. If I can pick it up and put the key in Mad Hatter's hand. Okay, pop these little pieces out. There we go. Okay. And can put glue. No kidding. It's a skeleton key, and that actually makes a little skull. I didn't notice that till I was looking at it. And we'll put the key right there in Mad Hatter's hand. So there we go. There is our pop-up. And I'm just going to put this butterfly down there in the corner. And I'm going to get that out of my way for right now. I didn't need, well, I probably can use this one. And get them out of my way. And I'm just going to cut out one of these rub-ons. And let's see. And stick this happy birthday Oh, and my hand's starting to cramp. Come on, just hold it out a little bit longer, hand. Okay. Hopefully that's good enough. Let me get a corner here so I can tell. Looks okay so far. And there we go. Okay, there's the inside of our pop-up card. It folds flat. As you see, nothing's hanging over. And we just fold our sides in. And now to do our belly band. So, I'm just going to bring my belly band in. Try and get it somewhat even on both sides. And I'm just gonna fold in, not tight. You want it loose so it will slide off easy. You just bend it. And make sure that there's a little gap. It's not right tight up to the side of your card. Okay. That looks good. That should work just fine. So now I'm just going to varnish. Just like that. And then I'm just going to center that on. And I already have taped it. So okay, let's see here. How do I want this to be? Okay. So if I stick it right there. do believe. Let's see. That end goes. Okay. Yep, right. Right there. And right there. And I'm just going to give that a good burnish. Give it a little bend. Grab my card. And there we go. That stuff out of my way. Oh, I forgot that. So, all we do is just slide our belly band off. We open and open. They wonder, oh, really? And then that folds down. And they've got that surprise. And I'm gonna put that butterfly right there. Okay, unstick. And we'll just stick that right there. So, there you go. Not hard to do at all. Just takes a little patience and making sure that when it folds up, nothing is going to hang off your card, and you don't want nothing to hang off your card on the sides. And you see, you can't even tell where I cut Alice's legs off her and reattached her. I think little Humpty, yeah, we'll leave him alone. But there's a different way to make the card that Sherry made. And thank you so much, Sherry, for making that card and giving me this idea. I appreciate it. I do love seeing your cards. And getting ideas from them. And it does the same for everybody else in the group when you post your card. It gives them ideas. So, that's all that I have for you tonight. I hope you have enjoyed. And I will see you tomorrow night at 5:30 Eastern Time in the group for our craft along. So hope you have a great night or the rest of your day, and until tomorrow night, see you later. Bye bye.